Yeah. Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying playing it. What? No, Reen doesn't get the heals. My man's got sandals. Sunny sandals. Beach time. Good morning, class 7. Group A is headed to Briarheart today, correct? Yes, that's right. I believe there's a direct line that stops at Kelvik, isn't there? Indeed there is. Every other train heading east from here is a direct line. And the next one will be arriving soon, so I suggest buying your ticket now. Certainly, that'll be 5 passengers for Briarheart. I'll have those tickets for you in just a moment. Passenger service bound for Kelvik, Briarheart. We ask that all passengers wishing to please board the train. Yes, those are words, and I regret nothing about saying those words. Yeah, Machias, get your slow-moving ass on the train. Man, why does Eustace get to sit with the ladies? Shall we review what we know about where we're going? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Would you mind giving us an overview, Eustace? You're from Briarheart City, after all. If that's what you want, I'll oblige. But are you sure you wouldn't rather hear from the group's finest intellectual mind instead? I'm sure he'd be able to give you a far more critical analysis without any of the pro-noble bias I'm starting to inject. Emma's the finest mind. Are you suggesting that I allow my views to cloud my ability to see things objectively? Oh, not at all. You were intelligent enough to score second on the entrance exam, after all. And you spent every waking moment since with your nose glued to a textbook, studying as if your life depended on it. So I'm sure your knowledge is quite vast in terms of book smarts, even if it is lacking in virtually every other regard. Why, you? Please stop, both of you. Well, it's easy to see why you scored so miserably in last month's field study. What was that? Green? Last month, Group B got an E on their field study. If that had been a paper exam, it would have been a fail, and a low one, too. Do you two really want that to happen again? Well, I hope you're not naively suggesting we just put all our differences aside and become best friends. Of course not. We were chosen to be in Class 7 because of our differences, in fact. We come from different backgrounds, so naturally we're going to have conflicting opinions and ways of looking at things. And no doubt we all have a few beliefs that we're not willing to compromise on, no matter what. But that doesn't change the fact that for the next few days, we're all part of the same group. We're all partners. Green. I was wondering what you were getting at. You have to be joking. I refuse to accept the idea that... I'm not saying we have to be friends, but we're in the same group and we're working toward the same objective. Let me try putting it another way. We're united against a common enemy, Group B. And unless we want to lose to them, we have to work together here. What? Green? I wouldn't have taken you to be the competitive type. Of course I am. I care about winning and losing just as much as the next guy. And get just as frustrated when other people hold me back. I'm jealous of how good your grades are, for example. All 3 of you. I feel like I'm losing the race and have to struggle to catch up. And it was beyond frustrating when we lost against the instructor the other day. I see. There's no denying that she's strong. Incredibly strong, in fact. I don't know what kind of experience or training she's been through to become that way, but it's simply a fact. I just feel like if we'd been able to work together a little better, if we'd been able to form proper combat links with one another, we may have at least evened the odds a little. You would have. Sarah's only strong because she knows how to fight. If you'd been able to work together, you could have withstood her onslaught a little longer. You might not have won, but you wouldn't really have lost either. Fee. Exactly. Alright, let's get these jackasses to be the best buddies. Me, Emma, Fee, and I guess we're gonna run with Eustace. I don't really like Machias as an individual. Eustace is cool though. Elisa, Laura, and Elliot are all in the same group as last time. And Gaius seems like the type who can work well with anyone. They'll be a strong team. Yes, they'll be able to give their absolute best no matter what comes their way. Honestly, if we don't do something about our own shortcomings, the score could easily double ours. Enough! I get it already. It's not like I have much of a choice but to go along with your yay team attitude now, do I? Indeed, I would prefer not to cooperate with this farce, but I have no intention of standing by and accepting defeat. So you're saying... Until this trip is over, we will call a truce. Agreed? Very well. The very notion of working under these circumstances is ludicrous, but I am more than capable of enduring such idiocy if I must. The same goes for me. I can be just as stupid enduring. Well, at least it seems they might actually try to cooperate with one another this time, right? That's a significant improvement over last month. I do feel a little better. This is an improvement? I started to think what things must have been like last time. Alright, here's what I can tell you. Boreahard is the most important city in the eastern Kreuzheim province. Its population is roughly 300,000, making it relatively large even by municipal standards. The hilly region surrounding the city is inhabited by innumerable minks, which are prized for their fur. Furthermore, the Kreuzheim province serves as a whole as widely renowned for the high-quality gemstones mined there. Yes, gems and fur are regarded as Boreahard's two main specialties. There's even a part of the city dedicated solely to those who work with them, isn't there? That would be the Artisan Street in South Boreahard, yes. Large numbers of artisans gather there to prove their worth. There's a shop in Heimdall that specializes in gems produced in Boreahard as well. And of course, only nobles and the ridiculously wealthy have any reason to patronize it. Can't see myself ever going there. Which brings up perhaps the most important thing to note. A fact of which you are already quite aware, but it can't be stressed enough. Boreahard is, at its heart, a city of nobles. What's been said about it in that regard is no exaggeration. It's really true, huh? I've heard nobles don't actually make up the majority of the population, though. That's correct. However, from Artisan Street to the enormous Provincial Army Guardhouse, to the Central Plaza with its giant cathedral, to the airport designed to handle the largest of airships, Boreahard is a city that was developed with the nobility and the Alborea House, old in particular, at its center. So, it really isn't an exaggeration, then. I'm surprised you're able to discuss your own family so objectively. There's no point denying the truth. As long as we're in Boreahard, you'd be well advised to keep your usual anti-noble vitriol to yourself. Unless you fancy becoming very friendly with the provincial army, at any rate. I know that. I can hold my tongue when I have to. Is it bad that I'm actually seeing this as kind of encouraging? In a weird sort of way, it feels like we're making progress. Well, I definitely don't want to play Blade, because I hate having to cooperate with him, but I don't want to be the one responsible for losing to Group B. I suppose I'll call it a truce with you two. I'd almost forgotten that Machias had a problem with me. Listen, I'm sorry about... I don't actually think you're a deceitful noble sympathizer, so there's no need to say anything. But don't get the wrong idea. I'm only agreeing to a truce. I haven't completely forgiven you for what you did. That's more than enough. Thanks, Machias. But why would you think? It looks like he really doesn't hate me after all. If only I could find some way to make up with him entirely. I've agreed to a ceasefire, so to speak, nothing more. If you end up holding the group back, though, I will never forgive you. Are we clear? Crystal, let's give it our best. Eustace, let's go, bro. I wasn't expecting a return to Boreahard so soon. It's been about 2 months now since we started at the academy. I guess it hasn't really been long enough yet for you to miss it, huh? Indeed. And 2 months is hardly enough time for anything to truly change. That's very true. Still, a city full of nobles. I get the feeling I'm going to need to do a lot more conscious of the things I say and do. Oh my god, my words. Nobles do have quite a fixation with social standing and class. But you should try not to let it get to you. Just be yourself. If you exert too much energy in reining in every word and action, you won't be able to get anything done. That's good advice, thanks. If you have anything more like it, I'm sure we'd really Oh my god. If you have any more like it, I'm sure we'd be really appreciative. We'll be relying on your knowledge of the city. You're in good hands then. Is something the matter? I underestimated you a little. Thanks, I guess. Still, the hard part will be keeping this up for the whole of our field study. We're going to need to get a whole lot stronger if we want to have a better chance against the instructor next time. If you want to beat Sarah, a little extra training won't be enough. True, we were completely outclassed by her last time. I wonder what sort of regimen she underwent to wind up being so strong. It's just who she is. Sounds like Fee knows something. Maybe we can get her to open up a bit more someday? Thank you so much, Reem. I knew Gaius was right about you. What do you mean? At the station, he said if anyone can do it, it's you, remember? I didn't do anything special, though. I just gave them my honest opinion, and that's exactly why I think you were able to successfully convince them. I guess it's up to us now to make sure we don't let the group down. We won't, I'm sure of it. What are you two whispering about? It is rather suspicious. Nothing at all. Yeah, I don't really care to play Blades. I mean, it is a good way to get the bonding going, but Oh, we've passed through the granary region. What a beautiful view. Look, you can see a few steeples in the distance. That's Bereahard. Indeed, we should be there in roughly an hour now. We may yet arrive by noon after all. If it was roughly 5 hours by train, I would have just taken a goddamn nap.
Lord Eustace. Lord Eustace, welcome back to Bereahard.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
It's amazing.
I can't believe all the station employees would abandon their duties to come and welcome him.
He's a real VIP.
I've returned here as a student of Thor's military academy to conduct a field study. I believe you were informed that this manner of excessive welcome is neither necessary nor desired. Were you not?
Well, yes.
You're a child of the Alberea household. If anything, we should be apologizing for not giving you an even greater welcome.
No. You should be apologizing for not listening to what he had to say, you jackasses.
Please, allow me to carry your luggage.
We would be honored to carry the belongings of your classmates as well.
That won't be necessary.
Huh?
Lord Rufus?
Rufus?
What?
My beloved brother, it's a pleasure to see you again. To think it's been 3 months. Where did the time go?
And meet the man who is pure sculpted sex himself, Rufus Alberea.
I wasn't expecting to reunite with you so soon, but I'm delighted to have the opportunity.
As am I. You seem well.
I take it these are your fellow members of Class 7?
Yes, that's correct.
You know about us?
Of course. I've read all about you in my brother's letter. Where are my manners, then? My name is Rufus Alberea. Eustace is my younger brother. You needn't hide your shock. It would come as no surprise at all to learn that my brother has never once mentioned me. He is, after all, quite easily embarrassed.
That's not...
He's being toyed with.
I can hardly believe my ears. What happened to the arrogant young upstart we've come to know and mostly tolerate?
But I digress. This is no time for idle chatter. I came to escort you to your lodgings for the weekend.
Wait, you don't mean...
The car is parked outside. Welcome to the verdant city of Bereahard. I hope you enjoy your stay, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
Not for too much shit. Let's get in the limo.
I see. So the one responsible for selecting our tasks this time around was...
Indeed. I selected them on behalf of my father. Allow me to present you with this.
Thank you.
It really is a fascinating coincidence. I never imagined my younger brother would become classmates with the son of Lord Schwarzer.
You know my father?
Certainly. Baron Theo Schwarzer is an old acquaintance of mine. Many years ago, I accompanied him to a falconry competition held in the suburbs of Heimdall. He taught me much about the practice and its etiquette. Why, that must have been 10 years ago now. Is he doing well these days?
Yes, he's quite well. And still just as fond of hunting as ever.
Splendid, splendid. And you must be the son of Governor Regnitz, no?
That's correct. I'm surprised you knew.
Indeed. I encounter him quite often when taking care of official matters in the capital. Though our positions may be different, he has given me excellent advice in the past. I feel it must be fate that you two would end up in my younger brother's class. Please do try and get along with him.
I will consider the possibility with an open mind.
Wonderful. And I would be remiss if I were not to acknowledge our two beautiful ladies. No doubt your presence brings a touch of elegance to my younger brother's academic life.
Oh, I'm honored you would say so. It's nothing like that.
Can we please stop discussing me? And when you say lodgings, you can't possibly be referring to...
Need you even ask? Naturally, you'll all be staying at the Alberea family
Oh.
But...
I jest. Father's instructions were that I should do with you as I wish. So, considering the circumstances of your visit, I've had a hotel room prepared. That way you'll be able to concentrate more easily on your field study, no?
Oh, thank you. Truly appreciate it.
I don't know what that was all about.
I'm afraid we'll need to end our charming repartee here, however. For I can see your hotel coming into view now.
Hotel Esmeralda. Esmeralda. Thank you for the escort. And thank you very much for renting a hotel for us. We're truly grateful for your kindness. Oh, we'll think nothing of it. Under ordinary circumstances, I would have invited you to a banquet this evening, but unfortunately, I have business I must attend to in Heimdall after we've finished here. In Heimdall, will you be going by airship? Indeed, I'm representing our father. Don't tell me you're going to be all lonely and blue without me. Surely you jest. He may not be the most affable person, but please, do try to extend your kindness to my brother. May the goddess's blessings be with you. I pray that your field study activities are fruitful. So that was Rufus Alberea. I've heard rumors about him. They say he's the ace of the noble faction. Meeting him in person, it's easy to see where that reputation originated. He seemed like a rather charming person, projecting both intelligence and kindness. Yeah, he made a point of showing consideration for my dad too, even though he's a low-ranking noble. And he effortlessly thrust Eustace into the role of cute little brother. I would have preferred you not to have seen that. Though I must admit, I wasn't expecting him to leave Boreahart just as we arrived. How unfortunate. What do you mean? Nothing that concerns you. We should check in at the hotel and begin our work. Wait! Come on, let's go drop off our things. Yes, that sounds like a good idea, though the thought of actually staying in a hotel this high class is kind of intimidating. Off we go. It's truly an honor to have our humble establishment. It is truly an honor that our humble establishment should have the opportunity to greet a member of the esteemed Dukes. Spare me the formalities. We came merely to drop off our belongings, after which point we will be leaving again immediately. Please show us to our rooms, as you wish. If you will allow me to escort you to the western wing, then we have a fine suite prepared for you. We have individual rooms reserved for each of your classmates as well. Wait, I believe I told you before that we're here solely for our studies. This excessive hospitality is neither required nor appreciated. But Lord Eustace, I must insist. Don't make me repeat myself. We require only 2 rooms, one for the boys and one for the girls. Will that be okay with you all? That works for me. It's more than enough. It's fine. Of course, we're students. We should be treated as such. Eustace doesn't like getting treated like the god. We can finally start working on our field study tasks now, I think. Good, we've wasted more than enough time as it is. Now, let's crack open that envelope, shall we? Alright, here goes. Field study day 1 assigned tasks. Aurochs Canyon monster. A violent monster has been roving the Aurochs Canyon path, and the Kreutzer Provincial Army would like it eliminated. Okay. I'd like someone to help me find a particular semi-precious stone. The Voltaire family even bathes in style, using nothing but the most fabulous bath salts, which we're unfortunately running low on. Will someone procure them for us? If this strikes your fancy, find me at the terrace outside the Sorcier restaurant. Study area is defined as 100 cells radius around the north and east spray yard. Each student must record his or her activities daily and to be remitted to instructor upon request. 1 request from a noble, followed by 1 from an artisan. That certainly should keep things interesting. Yeah, they seem to have struck the perfect balance here. The monster one sounds irritating. What do they mean by report to Aurochs Fort on this one? Aurochs Fort sits on the opposite side of Aurochs Canyon. It's a provincial army base and originally built in the Middle Ages. The request must have come from there. Sounds like trouble to me. We should probably save that one for last, just to be on the safe side. I'd advise that, regardless, the path through the canyon is long and treacherous. We should complete our other tasks before we venture out that way, lest we run out of time. Yes, let's do that. Fine by me. I have no objections either. Alright then, let's get started. I'm sure Elisa and the others are working hard on their own tasks as we speak, and we can't let them beat us. So let's give this our all. Right. Okay. Of course. I give my word. Yes, and the word is next time. Oh, that's 2 words. Bye, everybody.